Hey friends, a little bit of a different format this evening. Welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Chalk Couture. So we will be using Chalk Couture products in this live this evening. If you don't happen to be watching the live, I hope you are able to watch the replay. I don't have an intro tonight. I happen to be messing around in my YouTube account and noticed that I had some copyright claims on the intro that I've been using. So until I get that figured out, I'm not going to be doing an intro. So just kind of say hi in the comments whenever you hop on. I'll kind of drag this out a little bit to see if more people hop on. I know you're probably used to that 5-minute intro, but I see that Jason is on. He's on watching from the other side of the door. So when you hop on this evening, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. I happen to be in central Kansas, right smack dab in the middle of the United States. Also, I am streaming using an online platform called StreamYard. It makes multicasting to different platforms at the same time super easy. It's very user-friendly. I wouldn't be going live probably without it because it just makes it so seamless. So I am live in 3 locations this evening. I'm live on my Facebook business page. I am live on my YouTube channel, and I'm also live in my private Facebook group. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, that person may be viewing and commenting on a different platform. Also, if you're watching from my private Facebook group, if you wouldn't mind giving StreamYard access to your profile name and pick by clicking the link in the description of the video, that way you show up in my comments under as your name and not Facebook user, and then I know who to say hi to. I think that's about it. So make sure you hit that heart button, spread some of the chalk love. After the video, make sure you go over to my YouTube if you're watching on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's always another outlet to watching me live. I see, whoever just commented is showing up as Facebook user. So let me go to my group so I can see who you are. Oops. Tammy McGreevy, welcome. So she says, Melissa has spoken about you and you need some chalk paste. Well, I can help you with that. Why don't you go ahead and message me at some point this evening. You can just Facebook message me, or you can even message me through the group. Also, I can give you my, let me see if my email address is up here. Maybe. Here's my business email address. You're welcome to email me there, but you can always just message me on Facebook. I'd be more than happy to help you, but welcome to the broadcast this evening. I'm glad that you're here. I see that Bonita's watching. Hello. We're a little bit informal this evening since I don't have my intro. So we're just kind of getting right on in it. So yeah, make sure you hit those heart buttons, the like button, spread the chalk love. You're welcome. I already forgot. Is it Tammy? I'm terrible. Yep, Tammy. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that open. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I will show you what let me get that banner off first. Boy, not having that intro really thrown me for a loop. Okay, let's flip the camera. I think I want to do my first hashtag Watts of Love Wednesday project. And so after this project is over, I think I may show you just a short video on what Watts of Love is. And then once I am done with the video, I will photograph the projects. And then I think I'm going to actually put my first auction item up for bid. So I'm going to auction off these items that I make. They will be auctioned off as a package deal. I cover shipping to the buyer. Buyers are from, or recipients are from the U.S. only, sorry, but you'll have 24 hours to bid on this item. And all of the proceeds from the auction will go to Lots of Love to help families who don't have access to electricity, help provide them solar power and financial education. But I will show you the video after I'm done with this project. But we are going to be using the Club Couture transfer for the month. This one is called Lemonade Stand. And let me just show you. As a Club Couture member, you get this exclusive B-size transfer and 3-page singles every month for $19.99 a month. It's shipped directly to your mailbox as a DIY subscription. This month's packet colors are Bumblebee, Meadow, and Storm. There is a 3-month minimum commitment to buy or to sign up, and then you can cancel at any time after the 3 months. Also, as a club member, you get $4.95 flat rate shipping. So this is the transfer. I have used it 2 times already. These transfers are reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how well you take care of them. I have already written the name on the back. That way, once I'm done with the transfer, I can clean it. And then I know that this side is the back side of the carrier sheet and that I need to put it on this side of the backer sheet. I'm also going to be using the lemon garland transfer. Again, I've hinted before, even though you may not like the kit, buy the kit because it's the only way to get that exclusive transfer. And this is the exclusive transfer for that kit. So I think, I was just going to see if it would fit on. I will probably use this on this middle size block. I'm also going to be using the mini buffalo plaid. And then I have the 3-piece block set. So that will be my surface. I also have, waiting in the wings, 2 1-gallon paint sticks. So we will be using those in the project as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be using this mini buffalo plaid as the background. I've already sanded down my blocks, but I also want to use a little bit of surface wax just to fill in any of little bumps in the grain or divots in the wood. It's also going to keep my transfer from sticking so much that it might pull or stretch and then not work properly. So it's kind of multifaceted. So I'm just using the terry cloth side of the wax applicator, and now I'm going to use the microfiber side to kind of buff that wax out. So there's one. Do this next one real quick. And I have listed most of the materials that I'm using tonight in the cart link in the description of the video. And again, if you open the cart links, it will add everything to your cart already. And then you can add or delete product as needed. And it's also just a good way to check out products quick at a glance. Nice and smooth like a baby's bottom. It's kind of what we want. And you don't need much wax, just enough to get into the nooks and crannies. So how's everyone's week been so far? We're halfway to another weekend. Put a thumbs up if you're ready for Friday already. I know I'm ready for another weekend. Okay, so put that to the side. So this is our mini buffalo plaid. It's typically usually an 18 by 18 size, so it's a size D transfer. But I have a tendency to cut. I usually have two of the backgrounds, so I'll leave one background transfer. It's full size 18 by 18, and then I'll take the other one and I'll cut it in half, and then I'll cut one of the halves into fourths. So I'll have two fourth pieces and one half piece. Jason gave me lots of thumbs up. He's really ready for Friday. Oh, guess what? I put that on the wrong side. That's why it sounded so weird when I took that off. This one is not very sticky at all. We will work with it anyway. So when you get a transfer that's not very sticky, or you've used it enough to where it's not very sticky anymore, if you can still use it, but you just kind of have to be careful. And then you're just going to kind of use your paste as your glue. So I'm using Couture Teal, and I'm going to get my angled squeegee out. I don't use it very often, but for bigger projects like this, it works really well. So I'm just going to dip my squeegee into the chalk paste. And this squeegee happens to, it just moves a lot of paste quickly. You also want to keep in mind when you're using the buffalo plaid that you may not always get a perfect impression. This one in. So just kind of keep that in mind. Just going to dump paste around. So I'm just using this angled squeegee to move this paste quickly. I'm just going to lay that over here, and I've tried to remove the excess because I can keep using that. So I do have a little bit of excess on my squeegee, and I can put that back in my jar. We're just going to lift that up. That looks pretty good. A few little boo-boos, but I'm trying to figure out where to put that. So I'm just going to grab my dryer. And we're going to dry that real quick. I'm not going to dry it fully just because it's going to lay to the side for a bit, but that's what we have so far. And so we'll just get our next one out. And I'm just going to use a different part of the transfer. Out of the way. I'm just going to I'm going to use this squeegee to kind of help push it down. Okay. So let's get some more paste. I'm going to get more than I need because I'm just going to dollop it all around. And then we're just going to use our angled. Oh, that's not stuck down at all. We may end up with just all teal. May not be much background. I also have a question for you. I'm looking at starting crafty classes again in June. My question for you, based on your summer schedule, would you prefer to have an evening class, on a weekday evening class, or a Saturday day class, or both? Doesn't matter. So let me know. Weekday PM, Saturday day, or either one. That didn't turn out too bad. It does have a few little goobers, but that doesn't bother me at all. Once we put our design over the top, you won't even see that. I don't even know where to go with this. Just lay it right there. So I'm only drawing this enough to make it not so wet. That way if I touch it at any time, it won't get messed up. So then we'll bring in our third block. And put it up there. And we'll find a dry piece of the transfer. So I'm just going to use this bottom portion after I wipe up my table. I think I need to bring in my backer sheet. I'm getting teal all over everything. And I need to scooch that up. Okay. Let's bring our teal back in. I need to order some more. I'm just going to use my angled squeegee again. Just to lay down a little bit of background. I'm just going to try to finish these little edges up with my little squeegee. Try to get off all that excess. So I can certainly use that again. I'm going to just put that in my water. We will get to that in a bit. Okay. I have made a complete mess. Okay. Wipe off my backer sheet. I have it on my mouse. I have it on my table. It looks like it's going to stain. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, let's get these dry and then we'll move on. You guys are quiet tonight. So while those continue to dry, I'm going to bring in my 1 gallon paint sticks. I kind of started painting them already. See, Jason says I had to figure out why it was interacting as you. You got it fixed. No worries. So I have 1 gallon paint sticks, and I've already pre-painted most of them, and it's just a really quick paint wash. You can still see some of the wood grain. That doesn't bother me. I just wanted to get these quickly painted. We'll just add another quick coat to the top. And I didn't even worry about this part because it'll be connected to that block right there. But I did the sides, the ends. I'm literally just slapping some paint on there. Okay. We'll let those set those aside again. I'm going to wash my brush out. And let's wash our transfer really quick. Just because I don't want it to sit in water so long. I also want to show you how quick and easy it is to clean up either when you're finished or as you go. You just need a water source, whether it be a tub like this or an actual sink, utility sink, kitchen sink, bathroom sink, tub, shower, whatever works, whatever you have. And then the best way to clean the transfers is with these board erasers that I have in my chalk store. You can get a package of 2 for $2.99. And my advice is anytime you place an order and they're in stock, grab a few because they do go out of stock from time to time. I think they're currently out of stock. But they clean your transfers and they also clean your chalkboards. And they're great at both. So I'm just rubbing the chalkboard. I know it's kind of hard to see in my grungy water. Or I'm just running the board eraser across the surface of the transfer to get as much of that chalk paste off as I can. And then let's wring that out. And I'm going to pull it over here onto my towel. I just like to clean up as I go. It makes cleaning the transfers a lot easier. It doesn't dry in that silk screen. Cleaning the wrong side. Let's get all that off. I'm going to wring out my board eraser. And then I'm going to get the back side. And then I'm also going to hit the back side with a disinfecting wipe to kind of help get some of the fuzzies and the wood fibers and any wax that may be on my the back side. Get that out of the way. We'll bring in the backer sheet. Get that cleaned off. And you can leave them sticky side up like this to dry for about 15-20 minutes, maybe at the most. Or you can I just put them straight back on the backer sheet while they're still damp. For one, I think it's easier to place them back on the backer sheet when they're slightly damp. And also I have a tendency to forget that I have them air drying. And I'll leave them out for a week, which is not good on them either. So I just put them back on the backer sheet and I let them dry like this. So once it's dry, it's ready for storage. And I can put it right back where I store my transfers. Jason says, that's wild. I can see the video on your phone. It's like the Matrix. Well, I had it out in case I had some more from my group comment, but okay. So let's dry. Make sure I don't have any water spots. Okay, so let's bring these back in. They're pretty good. Good and dry. Okay. I'm not very experienced in layering, and I can't decide whether I want to try to. I think I'm going to wax, so I'm going to go ahead and re-wax this again, see how it goes. But I think I'm going to use a paper towel this time, just because this has a lot of wax on it. I don't want it to interfere with what I'm doing. So I've got a little bit of wax on my paper towel. And the reason I'm waxing over my paste is I just kind of want to seal it so that when I put my lemonade stand design back on top of the paste, I'm not reactivating paste with more paste, because that's when you'll reactivate this teal paste and it will pull up with this transfer. So I'm just going to lightly seal over this paste that I've already put on. Lightly. And it did bring some of it up. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do this one. But it did not reactivate the paste, which is good. It didn't smear it at all. And then we'll do this one. Done with that. Okay, so put that aside. So now we will bring out lemonade. And even though I've used it twice, it's still fairly sticky. So I'm going to go ahead and fuzz it once or twice. So I'm just using my fuzzing cloth. You can use any terry cloth towel. You can use your shirt. You can use your pants. Just try to use something that doesn't have a lot of lint or dog hair. I think I'm just going to use the ice cold lemonade and the freshly squeezed, I think. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Just trying to make sure I have it mostly even with the sides, which hopefully means that it's even mostly even. Okay, so I'm just going to press it down. And I'm going to use some, actually I have some tape over here. I'm going to use some of this painter's tape just to gently tape off the lemons and this border because I don't want to paste on it. This will be kind of a visual reminder to stop right there because I can get a little wild. I am going to look at my picture because I do have to give credit. This is not my original idea. Heidi Bostic from DIY with Heidi did this project first, and so this is kind of my take on it. It's going to be a little different. So I need Bumblebee, and I'm going to use Storm. So I'm going to use Storm on ice cold and freshly squeezed, and then I'm going to use Bumblebee on the lemonade word. I'm going to get a couple of squeegees out. So this is just the mini squeegee. So I'm just going to dip it in my chalk paste. And I'm going to paste the word lemonade. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can quickly go in. This may not be a smart idea. Actually, I'm going to lift. I'm going to go in and do the freshly squeezed really quickly. Maybe I can get away with all of it. We'll see. You don't want to let your paste dry in your silk screen. I'm probably going to regret this. Ooh. Because then it will pull everything up. We did it. Woohoo! So I'm just going to take the tape off. It worked. You don't want to let your paste dry in the silk screen because once you pull it up, it will pull, the transfer will pull all of your paste back up because it dried in that silk screen. Okay, so let's get this dry before I wreck it. The seam didn't come out very, oh yeah, it did. It just looks funny. How y'all doing? You're so quiet. So that's what that one looks like. Freshly squeezed lemonade. Okay, so then let's clean our transfer again because I do need to use it a few more times. So we'll get it cleaned. So I'm going to cover, put the lids on just so they don't dry out. Jason says, doing good, and that's adorable. Thanks, dear. Okay. I probably should have gotten a couple of buckets of water because this water's pretty dirty. Okay, so we're going to clean this because I do need to use it again, I think. Don't necessarily have to. I could pull out an old lemon. Okay, so I'm just bringing in my board eraser. I know you can't hardly see anything because my water's so dirty, but it'll still get them clean. I promise it'll get clean. And don't be alarmed if your transfers stain. As long as it's just the teal part that's stained and not the silk, not the actual silk screen mesh, you're good. So let's get my disinfecting wipe. Just in case I do decide to use this transfer again, I'm going to stick it inside of my fuzz cloth because on this side it is microfiber and it will dry my transfer fairly quickly. It'll just suck up all that water. Okay. So I have that one. I think I'm just going to kind of eyeball this one. Yeah, I think I will do that. Will the leaf fit on top? I'm just kind of dry fitting this right now. Just to make sure. Yep, perfect. Okay. So I'm going to put this lemon on this block, and this transfer is super sticky. So I'm going to fuzz it several times because I do not want it pulling off my buffalo plaid. I think put it here. And then just want to make sure that my leaf is going to fit. Which I think it's supposed to go this way. Just wanted to make sure it's going to fit. Okay, that'll work. I think I want it pretty much right there. Is that where I want it? Or do I want it laying sideways like that? Decisions. I don't think the leaf is going to fit. I think I'll have to have it more in the middle. I think that'll work. Okay, so let's just stick that there. So I'm just going to kind of burnish where the lemon goes. And then we'll get our bumblebee back out. I've never used more lemon paste than I have this month with these lemon transfers. So I'm going to try to do long strokes so that I don't keep, if I keep doing lots of little tiny strokes, then I may reactivate that teal paste that's underneath, and I don't want to do that. So longer strokes so that I don't reactivate that paste. That yellow on that teal is super pretty. So let's get that dried, and then we'll add our leaf on. And I think I used, in the cart description, cart link, I added meadow, but I think I'm going to use pesto instead. I apologize. This one probably will be a longer video. If you have to hop off, just come back and watch the replay. I won't be offended. But if you can stay, I'd love to have you. Okay, so let's add the leaf. So I'm going to fuzz 2 or 3 times just because this is super sticky. I think I just want to lay it right there. So I'm just burnishing where the silk screen for that leaf is. I'm going to get out my pesto. I had to double check. I'm going to get another squeegee. It's a good thing I have a lot. And I'm just going to dip out. Oh, that's way too much, Robin. I'm just going to dip out some pesto. I have way too much, but I also want to use some long strokes. Also, if you get to the edge of your transfer, it's like I turned it around so that I would be pasting away from that edge. Kind of ensures that you're not going to go off. The edge is easy. Putting the excess back in my jar. And then let's pull that off. Try to pull it straight up if you can. Perfectamundo. If you're just hopping on, say hi in the comments. We are building a lemonade stand and a little lemon vignette. So I think I want to go ahead and get to the actual lemonade stand portion. So I want to build this piece so you can see how I'm doing it. So I'm going to bring in my popsicle sticks. These would be big old popsicles. Wouldn't that be the life? These are my paint sticks. I'm going to go ahead and sand the edges a little bit just to kind of rough it up. Kind of knock those corners off. There's one. There's the second one. Put in the trash can. Okay. Okie doke. So we're actually going to glue these onto the side of this block of the block, so that this block will be the front of our lemonade stand. So I don't think, I'm not positive, I'm not thinking that the power punch is going to go through this. I may have to use my crocodile, but we shall see. How far do I want to go down? Oh, it did go through. Sweet. Okay, so this is the Power Punch from Chalk Couture. It is available on my chalk site. It does go through paint sticks, so that is good to know. So I'm going to use this paint stick just so I know where to put this one. So I'm just going to mark make a little pencil mark there. So I'm just using the Power Punch. Oh, it might go through this one. It's not going to go through that one. So it went through one. Will not go through the other one. It probably would with some additional force, but I'm not up for that this evening, so we will bring in the Big Daddy. Let's see. How did I do that last time? I gotta get it back there. Okay, come on. I need to get to the 3/16 inch. There we go. I got it to 1. I need to get it to the bigger one. Come on, there. Jeez. Okie doke. So now I'm just gonna move that back a skosh. This is the Crocodile Big Bite. And it goes through like butter. But the Power Punch makes a bigger, it does make a bigger hole, but okay, so normally I would probably not use hot glue, but for the sake of TV, I'm going to use hot glue. Oh boy, I just got that everywhere. Press down really good. Make sure that's okay. So that side's down, and I will probably go back in with like a staple gun or a brad nailer. I'm just not a big fan of gluing things with hot glue. For one, it's lumpy and you don't get it good. Okay. So there is part of our lemonade stand. So the next thing we need to do is run some twine between our holes. Let's give a little bit of placement tape. So we can make our little needle. So I'm just going to use a little bit of placement tape. You could use masking tape, scotch tape, washi tape. And I'm just going to put it on the end, and then I'm just going to twist this. I'm just going to run it through. And then I have a couple of beads here. You know what? I think no. Okay, so I'm just going to tie a knot, or maybe probably a double knot from this end. And we'll just let that hang loose. And then cut this end off. And then I'm just going to bead my other end through. I'm going to put this through the end through the other bead. I don't want to get it too tight that I bend my sticks. I'm just going to tie another knot. Okay, and then we're just going to add for our awning, all of this out of the way. We're going to add fabrics. Oh, I just ran my phone handle through my paint. Okay. Silly. Okay, so then I've got these fat quarters and bandanas. So I have this one with, it just kind of has faint lemons. Jason says, that is a cute project. I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't. This is a lemon bandana from Hobby Lobby. And then I have turquoise, and I have this green color. So I'm just going to cut a couple of fabric strips. Let's see where I've cut them before. I usually try to make mine about 1 inch. Let's move all this back. So I'm going to start with 4 because then I can cut these. I can cut them in I can cut them in half. I can't see it everywhere. So I'm just going to make little tick marks, about roughly 1 inch. So I have these little cuts, and I'm just going to literally tear. I'm just going to start with 4 because then I'll cut those in half, and that'll give me 8. Same way with this one. Ah, fart. Well, that didn't go as planned, so we'll just start at the other end. It would probably help if I cut those seams off, but usually doesn't bother me. It usually doesn't do that, but so there's the teal, and you will have tons of strings everywhere. Wait, I didn't do that right. Oh well, I have to do it that way now. I should have cut it from the other end, or from the other side. My brain was not engaged. Darn it. Oh well. Now let's do it from this direction. Okay, so now let's get this lemon. So I know fat quarters are 18 by 18. I think the bandanas are a little longer. I think they might be like 20 by 20-ish. But they're inexpensive alternative to fat quarters, because depending on where you get your fat quarters, they can be a little bit more pricey. Okay, put that away. So I'm just going to cut these in half. Yeah. So that gives me 8. You guys are too quiet this evening. Okay, so there's those. I don't know why I'm not bulk cutting these. It would make life a lot simpler. Cut the tag off of that one. And we are 30 minutes away from the hour mark. I knew this one would take a while, but I think it'll be worth it when we're done. Okay, so I have we'll do them that way. So we have our little lemonade stand here. And I'm just going to take a fabric strip. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to put the knot or the loop in the back. Oh, I don't think these are going to be long enough. Oh, I did that wrong. I want my loop in the front. You can do it either way. I just have a preference. So again, I'm folded it in half. So I have my loop. It's going to go in the front. I'm going to pull my tails through from the back. And so there is my first banner. These may be a bit short. Since I cut them off of the bandana wrong, but I can always go back in and add longer ones. So again, oh, that one's way too short. These are all going to be Yep, these are way too short. Let's see if I can. Should have cut it from, let's cut this piece off because it's fairly tattered. Okay. Try that again. Those were super short and weren't going to work. Of course, watch these end up being the same length. Nope, they're a little longer. So I'll try to get through this quick, but no promises. I think these yellow ones are a lot longer. But you can go ahead and trim them later. I would have preferred to have had them all the length of the yellow one, but I done messed up. And I'll probably need to fix my tension when I'm done, but hopefully I don't snap my paint stick. If you're going to do something like this, I would maybe try to string your garlands on before, or your strips on before you tie this into the paint sticks. It might be a little easier. Except I forgot green. I need to get them in order. I'm going to end up snapping it. I'm just going to take it off of this end because it's already come through the bead. We'll just kind of be hanging out here like this. I'm learning all sorts of tips of what not to do. This way I can pull a little bit tighter this way. So I would maybe not string your twine on yet until after you get most of your strips tied on. It will be much easier. You guys are so quiet. I think that's Tammy. She says it's looking so great. I love the fabric strips. One of my favorite things to make are fabric strip garlands. I use a lot of bandanas and a lot of fat quarters for that. Or I look through the remnants at Hobby Lobby, Joann's, and sometimes Walmart has them. And I just pick up remnants that I can use for fabric strips. But bandanas are my favorite thing to use. You can get them in about every color imaginable at Hobby Lobby. And they also have seasonal ones. Let's see. Almost done. I might get some of these closer together. Some of the ones at the beginning are not as tight, and they're spread out. So just as a refresher, you take your strip and you fold it in half so you have this loop, and you can do it either way, but I prefer to have my loop on the front and I pull my tails from the back. It creates it looks similar to a small necktie that way. It just looks different. Tammy says, thanks for that tip. I was just going to ask where to get the colored bandanas. Yeah, they're all at Hobby Lobby. This fabric is a fat quarter, and it's a kind of a lemon variety fat quarter. I think I probably got it at Tuesday Morning, but I know Hobby Lobby also has lemon fat quarters, but all three of these bandanas, even this lemon, are from Hobby Lobby. And some people prefer just to tie their strips on. I like to use this lark's head knot. But you can add like pom-pom trim. You could do lace. You could get old flannel shirts, probably, and even t-shirts at the thrift store, and use those. I've even, like, if you find some buffalo check flat sheets, that would be a great way to get a lot of yardage of fabric. Let's see. Probably shouldn't have spread all those apart. Might run out of room. Or I might run out of bandanas before I run out of room. What do we have? A couple more, but if I do at least one more set, I should be good. Okay, so let me know if you like to decorate with lemons. Put a lemon emoji in the comments if you like to decorate with lemons for spring or summer. Hopefully this will be the last set. I'm going to try to get this knot out. I don't have to, but it'd probably work better if I did. Oh my gosh, that's super cute, if I do say so myself. Okay, I'm going to string this on. Sorry, I was mumbling. I catch myself doing that. So I'm going to try to string this bead back on. I'm going to get a piece of washi tape, and I'm just going to kind of roll it on the tip. and then just roll it up to make kind of a needle. Then I can get my bead through there. And then try to add some more knots. And you know what? I'll add one more knot, and then to kind of help secure everything. I think that's good. Okay, so I have a set of, let me see. I'm just going to lay it down so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. It looks like a little miniature lemonade stand. It's so cute. Do I have to give it away? I might have to make one for myself. Jason says he likes to drink lemonade. Does that count? Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to take the rest of these bandana strips. I'm just taking the seam off of that one. I'm going to cut these at least in half, and we're going to use them. Hopefully it's not overkill. I might use them on the ends. I might even cut them in half again, just lengthwise or widthwise, because they're kind of chubby, like me. Nope, I'm going to leave them like that. So I've cut these in half. I'm going to use one on each end, and this will kind of help secure these. So I am going to unravel my twine up to that knot to get me two pieces. Jason says, too stinking cute. I know. I think that'll work. So I'm just going to lay these kind of on top of each other. Actually, I think I'm going to put and then I'm just going to kind of cinch them in the middle. So I kind of have this. And then I'm just going to hopefully tie them to the end of that bead with these twine pieces, and hopefully I won't snap them. Oh my goodness. So that'll help keep that bead from slipping off. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just crisscrossing these, and I'm putting the green on top because it's the shortest color. And then I'm just going to kind of, let's unravel the twine. So I can have two pieces to tie with. And then I'm just going to kind of cinch these in the middle. And then I'm going to tie them on. Oh my goodness. It might be a bit much on the ends, but at least I know it won't pop off. Let me see if I can lay it down. Can you see all that? Here's what I did on the end. So it just adds a little bit more fluff. And then I'm probably going to go back and sand the edges. I can do it on this block. Show you what that looks like real quick. So I'm just going to give the edge a bit of a sand, knock off some of those corners. And I'll show you the difference. So here's a block without any sanding, and here's this block with sanding. Just think it adds a little bit more detail, makes it look a little less manufactured or factory. But not everybody likes that look, I know. Okay, so I'm going to finish up. I'm going to add some more, like let's get my transfer out here. Been in here hanging out. So I will probably add you can't see through it. Jason says that's one of the cutest things you've ever made. Isn't it so cute? I wish I could take credit for the idea, but I can't. But check out Heidi Bostic at DIY with Heidi. She is the originator of this idea. So for this third block, which I'll finish off camera, and then I'll take a picture of everything, I'm going to put probably the refreshing and the delicious, and then probably this piece of greenery. And I'll just put one up here and one down here, and then it'll say refreshing and delicious. Unless I go back through my stash maybe and find something else that's lemon themed, and maybe I'll put it on there. But it'll all go together. All the proceeds, and we'll start the auction. You'll have 24 hours to bid on the item. And then I just want to show a quick video. Let me pull up. I'll get my mouse to work. I think I have sanding dust all over my. So I'm going to pull up. You don't mind waiting. And it's just a real quick 2-minute video. I just want to show you what Watts of Love is all about, so you'll have a little bit of background as to why I'm auctioning it off, why, what the proceeds of this video would go to. Okay, so I'm going to come back here. I'm going to share my screen. So let's share screen. Chrome tab. Okay, so here is the video about Watts of Love.
Hey there! Did you know that today more than 1 billion people live without electricity? This means that when the sun goes down, the workday and study day end. Many families have to turn to dangerous and expensive kerosene for light. It's not ideal, but it can change. At Chalk Couture, we're committed to sharing our light all over the world. We're turning the light on, literally, by partnering with Watts of Love. Watts of Love is a non-profit organization that delivers innovative solar lights to areas of the world that face extreme poverty. Clean, renewable solar energy frees a family from kerosene, which saves up to 30% of a typical family's monthly income. And this is where Watts of Love makes the light last. by teaching how to use the savings from kerosene to invest in resources, launch a microbusiness, pursue education, and break the chain of poverty. You can turn on the light. Join Chalk Couture and Watts of Love. Solar lights are just $50 US and on average provide light for 7 people. Here are just a few ways you can help. First, just shop. When you shop online at your designer's chalk site, round up your order to the nearest dollar, and the donation goes straight to Watts of Love. Just check the box at checkout. Small donations from many people add up very quickly. Second, purchase our special Watts of Love transfer. We design a new one twice a year, and they are always super darling and generate a $2 USD donation with every purchase. Third, follow Chalk Couture on Instagram, where you can bid on gorgeous chalked artwork in our Watts of Love auctions held the second Friday of every month. All proceeds benefit Watts of Love, and you get the hottest home decor around. With so many ways to help, it's easy to share your light and contribute to Watts of Love. Talk to your Chalk Couture independent designer for even more ideas, so we can all make the world a little brighter.
Okay, I hope that gives you a little bit of information about Watts of Love and what they do. So I am going to finish all of the other 2 pieces, and then I will get them photographed. And then once I post it and open the auction on my business page at Robin's Egg Blue Creations, then you will have 24 hours from the time that I post it to bid on this item. I will ship it to the recipient of whoever wins the auction. Sadly, it's only open for U.S. residents only. And then whatever proceeds I generate from this auction will be uploaded into my. Well, actually, I'll give you instructions as to how you pay for it, because you'll go onto my chalk site and you'll enter the donation into the Watts of Love category on my chalk site, most likely. Either that or I will upload it for you. But here's our super cute lemonade stand. I can't believe how cute that turned out. Super cute, made from our block set, 2 1-gallon paint sticks and some fabric strips. And then it will come with 2 coordinating block sets, and then I will finish this one off camera as well, and they will all be photographed together. But I thank you for watching tonight. I will be back live again on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Central Time. Thank you so much for watching this evening, and if you do participate in the auction, thank you very much in advance for that. I know the people that receive those solar lights will be greatly appreciative of the financial stability that one little light provides. So have fun, happy bidding, happy winning. I will see you again on Saturday, and have a great rest of your week. Thanks for watching.